Yeah, everything's all good to go. Okay, guys. For those of you who don't know, I've got my jiu-jitsu coach here. He's obviously, I don't need to make any introductions for him. He's a very well-accomplished jiu-jitsu practitioner and competitor around the world. And I have the honor of interviewing you today. When I first got here and I was looking for a jiu-jitsu gym, I went to several different places, but when I met you and I felt your energy and you kind of told me about the gym and about your experience, I knew right away that I wanted to come to this gym and train. And although I'm very new, I've learned so much from you already. And so I just wanted to thank you for your training, for your coaching, and also for being here to basically to get to know you a little bit better.
Well, thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
I mean, we have that Brazilian vibe in the academy, like you always welcome everyone. Normally, my approach, like, doesn't matter who the guy is,
Yeah.
doesn't matter where he comes from.
Mm.
You always treat everybody the same. That's how you learn how to do in Brazil. Like, you never know who walk through our door.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if you come with good energy. Even sometimes don't come with a good energy, but I think academy is a place for make people better. Like, that's the issue of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Was not made for the bullying more. It was made for the many times the guy insecurity, the guy with belt self-esteem.
Yeah.
And we try to help everyone. That's the goal.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because so I have a Taekwondo background. I was a black belt in Taekwondo. I practiced it for many years, and then I got away from martial arts. And then I mean I'm now 40 now, and I'm getting back into martial arts. But it's amazing how jiu-jitsu is so unique because in Taekwondo, obviously there's discipline. There's a lot of different things that really help you in life. But in jiu-jitsu, it's like it's so much more than just a practice, and I found that really fascinating.
One stuff a lot of people don't know, like Jiu-Jitsu starts to grow like insanely around the world. Yeah, I think sometimes we lose a little bit of what was created by the Grace family.
Yeah.
What was the ideal of Hélio and Carlos Grace, the ones who's really started. What they want to create with that. They want to create a Brazilian martial art, Inside the Brazilian martial art, a Brazilian culture. And like if you see the name of the techniques, it's name of animals, Like a lot of people, they say now real naked choke. In Portuguese, it's like mata-leão, it means kill a lion,
Okay, a lion.
Yeah.
Really?
Like, after Jiu-Jitsu grew in America, they start changing the name of the techniques. But a lot of people don't know what their really names coming from.
Wow, I didn't know either.
Yeah, like a lot of the techniques amassapão, like squeeze the bread, like Hélio create Carlos Brazilian names for the techniques. Like that a lot of names coming from like experience they have against fighters, like Kimura was the great Japanese, like 5 times world champion in the old times who broke the arm of Hélio Grace with a Kimura.
Wow.
Like they named the technique Kimura, It like Ezekiel is a joke. People say, what's the name of Ezekiel? No, Ezekiel was the name of a guy, a judo player in Brazil. He come for the Grace Academy, he choke everybody like that.
With Ezekiel.
Yeah, with Ezekiel. They put his name in the technique.
Yeah.
So like in Jiu-Jitsu, you don't see much bounce, much Japanese traditions. No, we try to create our own tradition. That's what I try keeping going. Like in my academy, I want to keep the Brazilian tradition. You don't see much bounce, like but I say, man, we shake the hands, we hug, It's like we are Brazilians,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu again? Sorry, I don't know much more about this, and I wish I did. But is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu based, or is the foundation of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Japanese Jiu-Jitsu, or is it completely different? Is there any kind of connection there?
The truth that Jiu-Jitsu started in India 2,000 years ago. Then from India go to Japan. And from Japan, Koma come to Brazil, great Japanese master, and he starts teach for the Grace family. Then they develop new techniques, new ways to do things, But for me, like honestly, I think the name should not be Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Grace Jiu-Jitsu. I think the name should be Jiu-Jitsu. And then every culture develop in your own way. Like if you go to Japan, it's normal, they bounce. Like if you go to America, that's also, I don't like speak that, but that was a lot of American culture, For me, I keep the culture of the place I grew up, the place and try pass that culture for my students. I think that's it's the best way to do it. No?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think like I think the name Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu should go away. No, I think they should just use Jiu-Jitsu.
Wow, that's very interesting to hear from a Brazilian. Because usually you want you want that, not ownership, but you want that title associated. Because Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is probably one of the fastest growing sports like now, I think. Yeah.
But then start now people call American Jiu-Jitsu, all type of different. Everybody want to put your name there.
Yeah.
It's like one stuff here. Yeah, I particularly doesn't like it. A lot of academies, they put their own names of the coach. Like, man, I like neutral names. I think that's the best for the growth. Because then every time you put the name of a culture, of a person, you can create these connections.
Yeah.
Like the guy, man, I'm from Japan, don't train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And then you start that discussion, who started, who. And the truth, like, Jiu-Jitsu is a sport who never ends, You cannot say who starts, who keep going, because new techniques come all the time. And then when the Americas Jiu-Jitsu moved to America, and the no-gi, the grappling starts growing, they start, okay, so that's American Jiu-Jitsu. Then that's just become stupid, We should just have one sport, one culture, Like, let's keep developing. More techniques coming, it's better it is. Everybody running the way they feel better inside your own academy, Like, I think it's nice the coach bring a little bit of his background, his experience. You try to make a good environment. That's the most important. That's what I try creating Ox, We have kids from 5 years old to guys from 60-something years old. Try create an environment where everybody feel welcome. People can train hard, people can train easy, People can be whatever they want to be. Don't push too much just from one way. I feel a lot of academies, they push a lot to be competitors, or they push a lot to be, go easy. We have to find a balance there, We have to make everybody happy. The competitive, trying to decide the people who want to go easy, they can go easy. I don't do that to pushing people either way. Of course, if you see somebody young, talent, say, man, maybe try compete. But if you don't want to, it's fine.
If you see a lot of like really good athletes now, I mean, I track jiu-jitsu kind of on the world level. There are obviously like some older athletes, but a majority of like the really up and coming world champions right now are pretty young, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Now, like myself, I start to compete again. I mean, I stopped for 3 years, 4 years, because I suffer with a lot of injuries, though. I have 3 knee surgeries, shoulder surgeries. Because in the old times, it was very stupid about training. It's like in Brazil, when I was a teenager, we do 100 rounds of spines a day. We try to kill each other every round. And I was being like a very hyperactive kid. I didn't rest, I just train, go surf. I will live close to the beach. I surf since I was a little kid. I love to do many different sports. Like I never had rest time. And now when I got older, I pay the price for that. I say for people, I don't think I never hurt myself really in Jiu-Jitsu. But I'm doing another stupid things, And then like I don't give enough time to my body rest or eat proper. Like I start to compete again, but like we say in Jiu-Jitsu, you don't have time, you become master. Because you can fight by your age division. Like I said, no, man. Like the professionals, the real champions are the young people, The people's like after 30, 40, especially after 40, just for fun. You just like, it's better you try, be athlete, fight guys in the same age of you, have some fun, enjoy. You sit in the couch, get old, It's very hard for me, at least, committing training if you don't have a goal. It's like I just gonna train for what? Just to be good. It's nice, but like I need something to push myself a little bit more. But it definitely Jiu-Jitsu compete in top levels for young people. It's like it is for the real athletes. They are between 16 to 35 years old. You see, like it's someone who really take care of themselves. They manage to keep going. Of course, like every sport, the guys who cheat was anabolic things like that. They can go long and fight in the top level, but they're gonna pay the price in the future. Definitely not. Definitely they're gonna. That will that will come back on them.
Yeah. The topic of, they call it PED, or anabolic, whatever, performance enhancing drugs. It's become a big topic in jiu-jitsu. What are your thoughts on that? I know, like, top guys like Mikey Musumeci is going to UFC where they have drug testing. I mean, you've been in jiu-jitsu long enough to where you've seen kind of the evolution of it. What are your thoughts on, like?
I'm completely against that, because as I see, I've been many years in the game. You see the guys who be used in the young age, and how they are now. No, they struggle. No, like was now this week, one of them, 40 years old, who fights in top level. He's in the hospital with heart disease.
Oh shit.
And then another one, like every year you see somebody who doing that ended up with troubles. No, because none of them, they go to a doctor and say like, okay, I have low testosterone. They just give enough to they have a normal life.
Right.
They abuse. They want to come back to be 20 years old. And that's what they do.
Yeah.
When they do that way, man, they create a cultural example for the students and for the kids. Because many times they're very selfish. They don't think about their whole picture. When kids now, teenagers in jiu-jitsu, they start to compete in another sport, sure. If they see the guys, man, like that's what I have to do to be a champion. But they don't see that it will create something bad for their future. It's like, I'm very against that, because it's not only, they don't destroy only themselves. They destroy the people around them. They create a bad culture. I think that I think it's really bad for everyone.
Yeah. I mean, that's a very, I think, mature, and like, it's an interesting way to look at it, because obviously this is a problem in a lot of sports, not just in jiu-jitsu, but you look at American football. So I mean, boxing, everything. It's a big topic. But jiu-jitsu is so one-on-one that if a guy is taking performance enhancing drugs and one guy is not, I mean, talent at the end of the day obviously makes the biggest difference. But it is, obvious that if you're taking, supplements or PEDs, that it does make a big difference. So I really actually appreciate the fact that you're looking at the growth of the sport, and whether it's growing, correctly or not. And again, like, the children coming up, and I mean, you see any movie and the guys, I mean, if you look at movie characters, 30 years ago versus now, they're all like jacked, and that's what
that is the culture start with the TV. You go see the guys, the superheroes now, they're pumping with anabolics. The guys, you already create a culture. The kids see like, man, I want to be like Thor, or like the huge. It's like, I want to be like it. I think that's it. My dream always been like live from the jiu-jitsu. If I live from jiu-jitsu, you have to create a school. Like, what it is a school? A school, you create education, you create example, you create better human beings. You don't gonna create better human beings by exposing them for that type of shit. Like many times I say for my athletes, but maybe I will not be world champion, maybe I will not become like a big thing if I don't take. I say, man, you're gonna be the best you can be. You cannot compare yourself with that people, because in the end of the road, when you're around 60, it's time to enjoy life. You have a good life. The life of these guys already finished. Like, doesn't matter what the other ones do. Like, I grew up in a place like Rio de Janeiro. You see people doing shits all the time. I see a lot of my friends doing bad things. Not because they do bad things, I will do too. Like, doesn't matter. That's they do. We just have to train harder. We have to keep light in the body. It's hard to go up in because they're bigger, they're stronger. And like, let's try to be the best we can be. Clean, because at the end of the day, I put my head in the pillow, I sleep good. I know I do the proper things. Yet in the school, when I have kids from 5 years old to 6, I set up a good example.
That's awesome. Speaking of your upbringing, and you grew up in Rio. That's where you're from. You're born and raised there. Can you tell me a little bit about your background and how you grew up? I went to Brazil 1 year for Carnival, and it was the craziest 4 weeks of my life. Obviously, it's different during Carnival, but I really, having spent 12 years in Hawaii, I think the kind of the beach lifestyle of, like, Brazil and Hawaii and, the Polynesian islands, the people share a little bit of like the same attitude, you know, kind of like, hey, take it easy, let's all get along, everyone loves everyone. And I really, when I went to Brazil, I really felt a connection with the Brazilians because I spent so much time in Hawaii. So what was your upbringing like? Like, did you have, was it typical? Was it
Man, it
atypical?
was crazy.
Yeah.
Like was a lot of freedom. No, like like I'm so concerned about my kids now. They live in a so safe place. I mean, like so paranoid. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, man, I could do maybe or whatever I want to know. Like I was like the first part of my life, like until I was like 13, 14. I live in Copacabana.
Yeah.
I have like I started to go to the school alone. Probably I was like 7 years old. Like you just hang with the boys. Yeah. It was different times, no?
Yeah.
We hang a lot in the streets,
Yeah, yeah.
like and play football, surf, you have fun. It was like in Rio de Janeiro, always have that a little bit danger, you know?
Yeah.
Like here comes some street kids, try to rob you always, no, take off shoes, take off things, then you learn how to survive or have to run away from them, like. But it was amazing, man. Like I think my childhood it was like I don't see that anymore. No, like when the kids, my mother have to go search for me in the streets because like I stay all day in the street. Like now the kids are lots in the house, playing
Video
games, sitting and watch TV. Sometimes I see like my daughter saying, "Man, that's crazy. She's 9. She pay attention, watch a series." Like imagine when I was 9, no.
Yeah.
Like probably would I never watch TV, you know.
Yeah.
If I watch some cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're pretty close. You're 44?
I'm 44.
44, yeah.
45.
Yeah, 45. And I'm 40. When we grew up, yeah, we did watch TV. Like I used to watch a lot of American wrestling, you know, and that was like what I really was interested in. Yeah. But other than that, I mean, we didn't watch like series or stuff like that, like movies by ourselves, you know. But
To watch a series by yourself at 9 years old, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's not. My daughter come another day. Everyone in my school watched that series.
Yeah.
I said, man, are you afraid they watch series? Like crazy.
Yeah.
There's a difference. But I try like take my kids to do sports every day, you know, like they take them out of the house.
Yeah.
But it was nice to grow up in Janeiro, but it was rough too. It's like it's another culture, you know.
Yeah.
It's rough. The school, a lot of bullying. Like many times when we teach, yesterday I was teaching self-defense. I said, man, when the place are coming from, there's no option. We have to fight, you know.
Yeah.
It's like they always try to take some from you. You know?
Do you think that I mean, you mentioned that it could get dangerous. You know, you kind of had to fend for yourself. Do you think that had a part in like how fast jiu-jitsu or like, you know, like martial arts in Brazil grew? Because it was more of like a necessity.
That's it, definitely.
Yeah.
Like people have to go look for place to train, learn how to defend yourself for real. You know? I have a class 2 days ago, man, it was like a lot of it, people around 20 years old, you know. It was probably around 10 then, or 15.
Yeah.
I asked for them, have you guys fought in the street? None of them. And the guys 20 years old, they never fought in the street. Like crazy, you know, like in my head, like in Brazil, hey, you have 100 street fights at least, you know, like for survival.
Yeah.
Not a troublemaker, but they gonna push you. You know? They're gonna push you in the school.
Yeah.
When you start like going out in town, always something happening, especially in that age, you know. And he like, since I moved here, I saw that. I said, man, like the guys like Max, you see someone shouting each other, like, but you never see like real violence.
No.
Before when I was moving here, I was single, alone, go out a lot. Yeah. Maybe my whole life here, I see like a couple of fights, not more than that.
Yeah. It's rare. Yeah.
It's very rare.
It's funny you mentioned that. I hung out with a friend of mine. We went to a comedy show, and he's Norwegian. He's born and raised here in Stavanger. And we were having burgers, and he said we were talking about. There was another friend of ours who was an ice hockey player. And he was like used to fighting, you know, playing ice hockey. And my friend who's Norwegian said, I'm 44 years old. I've never threw a punch and I've never been punched. 44 years old, you know, and I think it's that safe here. I don't know. It's like a completely different culture.
It's a completely different culture. It's like in Hawaii too. I know it's a lot of fights.
Scrap.
Scrap all the
time.
Know,
like you got a fucking problem. Let's scrap.
Yeah.
You know? Hawaiians are known for scrapping.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
In Brazil, the same. But it's great for me. Like I love Norway, man. For me, it's like a paradise. You know, compared to I will never move from here.
Oh right. Yeah.
I like it. I travel a lot. I was in the United States in December. For a week in Las Vegas. Now I just come back from Portugal. I was there last week. In 2 weeks I travel again. Every time I travel, I just want to come back home.
Yeah.
Like I like the peace, safe here. It's like sometimes you miss a little bit about the weather.
Yeah.
But anyway, and like since I moved here, we start to find out like man, the weather many times don't matter much. Like we have good waves, you can go surf, you can go ski in the winter. You have a lot to do, you know.
Yeah.
And we are very close for big cities, you know. We like you just take a straight plane from London, like 1.5 an hour to London, 1 hour to Amsterdam. It was very easy to get away to if you want to know.
Yeah.
I think we live in a very good place. We're very lucky to.
I really need to hear that from you today because, you know, we moved here 6 months ago and the weather, I mean, people always talk about the weather here and how shitty it is. But it's really getting to me. Like, you know, they say like, you know, people feel seasonal depression. It's really hitting me hard because again, I spent 12 years in Hawaii. It's like all sunny, you know, just like Brazil. But I needed to hear that because, you know, it is a beautiful place. It is very safe. And you and I both have kids. It's a great place for our kids and easy to travel.
Many times my girlfriend used to say, she complain a lot to the place, you know, like a lot of Norwegians complain about Norway.
Yeah.
Because they never experience like the other side for real, you know. Many times when they travel to holidays, is everything fun, is everything great, you know. You pass 1 week in Rio de Janeiro, 2 weeks, you come back, think it's the best place to go, you know. But when you have to live there, make your life there, you have to work. You have to go day by day to a work. You have to constantly have danger around you. Shooting, robbery, kidnappings. You cannot live in peace. You know, it's like in 1 year in Rio de Janeiro, die more people by like violence the whole war of Vietnam.
Wow. In 1 year.
In 1 year.
Holy shit.
That's
Just in the city of Rio?
In Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
In Brazil.
Yeah.
In Rio de Janeiro, one people got shot, I think, every 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's crazy.
Oh my God.
It's really dangerous, you know. But they only see the good part. Like one stuff I moved away from Brazil because broke my heart, sure. I could not live, have a good life, see people in the street beg for money, you know. See people suffer. Because that's how it is Brazil for real, you know. We have like 5, maybe 10% of the population living in a decent place. And we have another 90% living in favelas. Suffer without food, suffer extreme violence. It's like, how are you going to live in peace in a place like that? I'm not only afraid for my family, you know, but I mean, I feel the pain, you know. I feel like, mate, how am I going to go to a restaurant to eat, and then you sit in a restaurant, come a kid, ask for money for you.
Asking for me.
Yeah, it's like, it's hard. Like, if you have, if you're a decent person who have, like, some decency inside you, you're not going to feel good for that. I try helping when I moved to Norway, collect money, buy gifts, I give it for the kids in Brazil, but I felt like so little that can impact, you know, the whole culture that the politicians very corrupt. It was very hard, you know, like, you know, but people don't see that, you know, when they live here, they just complain about the weather. So, man, we have the best system in the world. We have like amazing public schools. The healthcare, I have like my best friends live in America. I was with them last weekend now in Lisboa. We was talking about that healthcare. They have to pay $3,000 insurance a month for the family. It's like then they have to pay up to 8,000 if they use, you know. After that for free. I told them I have a shoulder surgery, knee surgery. I pay like, you know, basically nothing, or very almost nothing. It was like, and you have the peace to your kids walking the streets to the school. I told that for them, my kids go to the school alone since they're 6 years old. They're like,
your friends?
My friends, what, are you crazy? I say, no, man, like my friend live in New York. In his head, that's that's insane.
That's
you say,
insane,
you let your kids go to the school alone? Say, yeah, man, they go, they come back from the school alone, stay alone home. It's all good, everybody does.
It's unusual for me to see because I haven't been here as long as you have, so you're used to that culture. In the U.S., like I've seen kids probably as young as like 6 and 7 walking alone in the dark to school, and in the U.S., this just never happens.
That never happened.
I mean,
in Brazil, you never cross your kids. It's like that good things here. Plus, like you're from Hawaii, I'm from Rio de Janeiro. You have the nature here.
Yeah.
It's not like I was now in Lisboa. Like you're in the center of Lisboa. Only buildings, only you have the sea, you have the mountains, you have lakes, you have waterfalls, you have everything.
Yeah.
It's up to you just to go out, you fresh your mind, you know. But if you choose to sit inside the house, you feel cold, you pack yourself, you complain about the weather.
Yeah.
It's you who put yourself down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like no excuse. You know, sometimes if the global warming would be much easier living a place like that. Can live like my mother called me from Brazil yesterday. Rio de Janeiro, 50 degrees.
50.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
a thermal feeling.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
You want to live in a place who's 50 degrees? I want to live in a place like this. I prefer put the jacket on.
Yeah.
Because I've been in Brazil when it's really warm. It's not comfortable.
It's very hot.
It's not much you can do in that weather. No? It's like a big traffic, it's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
So I think like a lot of people here, they don't know better. That's the point.
Yeah.
And then when I come here, they try to do the same for me. Oh no, it's cold. And then okay, so I start to find out my way. I say, hey, you have nice waves here. No, you just drive 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I go surf. You can go ski. You can go ski and come back in the same day. Do some cross country ski. Learn different things. No, with your mind. I think that's the biggest point.
Yeah. Even when I was living in Hawaii, you know, arguably like they say, oh, it's paradise. Everyone wants to go to Hawaii. There's still people who complain about, you know, this and that. So it doesn't matter where you live. And I love your perspective because it is, you know, the winters are hard here, but I love your perspective on that. There's a lot to do here. The social system, especially if you have a family, is very safe. I mean, it's really like a very unique place in the world.
Very unique place. A lot of friends might come here now. I was in the New Year's now. I have like my friend Roger Grace, like this trouble of the world. He's a very no guy, and he loves Norway. He could be any place. I have my other friend from Dallas, Lange. It's like a brother from me. He came all the way from Texas to Norway to pass the New Year's here. They love it. Yeah. It was 3 friends mine. One come from New York, another from Texas, another from London. All 3 come from. 2 come from quite a long distance. If they say next year we come back, it's amazing, it's so nice.
You want to come back?
Yeah, they want to come back.
Yeah.
But of course, you have a lot to enjoy here. But if you sit in the couch, I think a lot of people here have very methodical life. Go to work. I think they have dinner at 5 in the afternoon. I then finish. Okay, man, if you're gonna live like that, the day is over. No, you have to. Okay, you finish work 3, 4. Man, go train, go do something. You don't need to have dinner 5 o'clock. Like I change. That's the culture in my house is completely different. You know? Say, man, we finish school stuff. We come home, we eat something quick. Then we go out to do something. No?
That's awesome. Because a lot of people tend to push that or wait. You know, they're kind of like waiting for the weekend to do that. But like I said, you don't have to. I mean, you could.
You see now the growth of Jiu-Jitsu. You go to the morning training. You have quite a lot of people here now in the morning. Right?
Yeah, in the morning.
It's like people who work offshore, police officers, firefighters. They come in, they choose to do that in their free time, not just sit in the house complain about life. You know?
I recently heard a quote from, I don't know if you heard of Jocko Willink. He's like this, you know, Marine guy in America. But he said they asked him like, you know, what is the most difficult belt to get in jiu-jitsu? And he said the white belt. And he explained that, like, you know, a lot of people, kind of what you were saying, are sedentary. You know, they sit at home, they have the same lifestyle, they go to work, they come back. But to start something as challenging as jiu-jitsu is very, you know.
For sure. The first step is step inside.
Yeah, exactly. To start.
Because many times they see very rough environments, you know. That's what I try to change in my academy. Have like more easygoing environment. The guy come with the like I straight away start making some jokes, environments the person. He make them feel welcome. I think that was our old culture of martial arts. When people come, the coach look at you like
intimidating.
Like say, man, come on, like the guy come here. We have to always say that for my another coach I have in the academy. Say, man, and the biggest start in the class that day is the first arrival, the new beginners. You know? You have to treat the guy well. You have to talk to the guy. You have to make him feel welcome. And it's take time. You have to read the students. I learned that by the years now. I've been teaching Jiu-Jitsu over 20 years. And then you see like sometimes come a guy, you see he needs some, he wanna feel the fight.
Yeah.
And then you put him in fight.
Yeah.
You see another guy is like very scared, he's like, oh man, like you just do like some exercise with him, explain it will be about the martial art. I think you have to learn how to approach the students because everyone's different.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have two persons come with the same vibe, the same we want the same.
Yeah, because everyone has different goals, why they're there. They have different personalities. So as a coach, I'm sure that's a part of the art.
Yeah, you reach the students. That's very, very important. When the students come, you have to be able to say, okay, how I can make this guy stay here? How I gonna make him feel comfortable? Because it's very bad too. Sometimes if you're too soft, the guy wants like some fight.
Oh yeah.
Then he don't come back.
Because he doesn't.
Say, man, that's not for me. That's like I want to try.
Yeah.
Don't let the guy try. But then you put the guy with experienced fighter who gonna take care of him.
Yeah.
And then he gonna go crazy. Okay.
Yeah. I think it's pretty common with white belts, especially the guys that want to fight. They they go like full speed, and then they fight a blue belt or a purple belt or a brown belt, and they're like, oh shit.
Because I don't like push the white belts with the white belts in the beginning because they're gonna try hurt each other.
Yeah.
I put you like a little bit more experienced, like say, man, take it easy, like let him make force. So, just.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned the whole white belt thing because I'm a white belt, and so we're on like completely different spectrums, at the end of the spectrum. And I actually had to tell a guy this week. I'm not going to name any names, but I had to tell him, hey, let's slow down, because we were doing a situational sparring. We were actually drilling what we were taught, and he tried to armbar me like it hurt. I said, hey, like if you're doing this during practice, like I said, just slow down, and he did slow down. But there's guys that just come in and they just want to win. That's their goal.
But it's allowed to talk to her. That's what I say for people. You say for the guy, man, slow down. Man, you say, man, you go too hard. I don't want to train for you. Like I have a job, I have a family. I cannot hurt myself.
Yeah, I'm not 18. I can't just do that and come back in 2 days. I got
At the same way, I cannot hurt myself anymore. I hurt myself a lot. I cannot hurt myself anymore. Like I put that a lot on my head when we train. I cannot hurt myself.
Yeah.
I used to have a lot of ego. Like I don't tap. I try escape from crazy positions. So I cannot do that anymore. Like I wanna keep compete. I wanna keep have fun. I wanna. Now, like as I say, like that period, I don't fight as a professional anymore. I fight like for the old guys plus 40. It's like it's just like for fun. I just want to enjoy myself. It's just like I don't want to hurt myself anymore. I understand when the guys fight for some money, they're young. Okay, man. Like if you're gonna make enough money, let's break your arm. I'm gonna come back to play after. But now, like jiu-jitsu, in the end. The jiu-jitsu sport is like a lot for older people, kids. It was the European Cup last weekend. It was 6,000 people compete.
6,000 competitors. Holy shit.
4,000 competitors was over 30 years old.
Wow.
Fought in the master division.
Holy cow.
Então, jiu-jitsu, it is for older people because a lot of the guys come from judo to wrestling. It's too hard judo wrestling, Yeah. Guys still have that fight inside them. What they're going to do? They're going to stop fighting. No, they come for the just like much more gentle for the body. You don't need to do takedowns. You can just pull the guard if you want. It's like jiu-jitsu. You can develop your own style in some way. Like you can, okay, man, I have bad knee, I play some half guard. You don't have that push. I feel like many times in other sports have like, everybody have to do the same. Okay, man, you're the guys. Take it easy,
Yeah.
Just have fun.
It's almost like the perfect martial art.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, like you said, when I did Taekwondo, we went to the dojo, and then it was like, that's whatever he's teaching, that style, that cadence, that speed, it all has to be the same.
No.
You look at like Taekwondo demonstrations, they're all like, you have 50 athletes, all doing the same thing. But in jiu-jitsu, there's no formation. It just, it's a like Bruce Lee said, it's like water.
Like water.
We have Bruce Lee on the logo of the Oxygym.
Yeah, I love it. Like me, like in the morning, I've been doing like every morning training. Now I do a lot for myself, for the group students. Now with the mobility training, do some planks. Try to keep healthy, And I have the athletes, but the athletes I put separate time. They train between them, I have good athletes. I have a couple of world champions now, like young, like the real deal.
Yeah.
And then they growing, but you have to separate. You cannot let a boy like, talk to that junior and man, listen, you're 18, old, strong as hell. You cannot take that guy 40 plus, ripping him apart. You be careful, no.
Yeah.
But the best put the youngest strength with the youngest. No? Like I think that's the good setup. You
Yeah.
could see in the kids, man, we have over 100 kids in Ox now.
Wow.
It's amazing.
That's great to see. I mean, I have two boys, and I'm just waiting to get them into jiu-jitsu, but it's so great to see the sport growing in that way, you know, with like kids getting involved.
There are a lot of kids, man. That's the goal now. It's like actually was students might just come back to United States. He explained that for years. I mean, 95% of the academy it is grow up people and kids. You know? But right now, over 50% of the academy it is kids. You know, we have a lot of kids in box, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. That's the future. Then, like, if you want to make professional athletes, they have to start very young these days. No, in the career, how far you can go? No, like around the 30, 35, you have to start slow down. Because very hard to live from Jiu-Jitsu. People don't understand that like it's not everyone is able to open academy succeed. You need to have the right personality, know how to treat their students. So a lot of the athletes they finish their career, they don't manage to succeed if schools, no. So like you need to have a job. I always say for my students, you have to study, no. You cannot take that gamble. I'm gonna be a fighter, especially when we live in a society like Norway, like you can go to the university for free. Like crazy. I studied the university in Brazil. I'm a lawyer. No,
Oh, are you really? I know.
I did law school.
Oh, wow.
I studied in a private school in Brazil. Was very expensive. You know, like in the end of the school, I have to study in the school to have a free study for free. No, like you need to have something. You know, a lot of the times people say, but what you did with your diploma for lawyer? I say, man, when I moved to Norway, I got invited to come here to open school, now to start state jiu-jitsu. And when I applied for my documents to apply for the visa, I took a work visa. At the first moment, got denied because they say no one in Norway can have a work visa if you don't have a university degree. I say, man, but I have the university degree. I'm a lawyer. If I didn't have that university degree, I would never be here.
Wow. Okay.
Like it was like that was a key point for a move to Norway. Without that, I would never be here. Like you never know when you're gonna need the education. No? It's like especially if you wanna travel around, it's much easier to access another place. You know.
I think hopefully in 10, 15, hopefully not 10 years, but in like 5 years time, the sport will have evolved to where people can actually make a living, fighting and competing. I mean, but there's only a small handful of people I think now making a really good living fighting in jiu-jitsu.
That is more.
But most people, they can't. It's a hard way to make a career out of it, making money. So I mean, to have a fallback, whether it's education or a skill, I think is very important.
I think it's very important because you never know if you hurt yourself.
Yeah, injuries.
If you got bad injuries, that's happened a lot, Like that happened for me. In the end of my professional career, I want to push more. I always feel good. Why I have to stop? Like I have 4 surgeries, like the body just collapse.
Yeah.
And then like it's not even my fault. I got arthrosis, and then the joints got a little bit weaker. Now I take a medicine to keep it like good health, and I have to train a lot. I have to do that mobility, stability.
Yeah.
If I was in Portugal now for a week, I come back, man, my shoulders, my neck, everything. I have to keep the body moving. I think a lot of people now they sit sick home. They feel I feel pain here. They don't know the best medicine. It's actually moving.
Moving, yeah.
You have to move. You have to keep moving. If you cannot be lazy, it's no. You have to at least half an hour a day. We start the day by moving on board. If mobility train by. Then you're gonna feel much better.
Yeah.
If not, your body just like a car, leave the car stop there.
Yeah, it'll break
Try
down.
to know you're gonna break down.
Yeah.
You have to keep the engine moving.
Yeah, I love your focus on mobility and stretching, because I think a lot of coaches tend to just go straight for the training, but I really like that you focus also on that aspect because it's such an important part of jiu-jitsu.
It's important part of
Yeah.
health, too. Like
Mhm.
in the jiu-jitsu, how you gonna move?
Right.
Not everybody born gifted with loose hips, loose like can move the body, and that can be trained too. Like when after my surgery, the last one in the shoulder, I got like a big surgery in the shoulder. I was like almost a year without training jiu-jitsu. And I said, what's I gonna do in that time? I started reading a lot. I bought some books about powerlift training, mobility training, about rebuild the body after injuries. And then I started reading that books, collect information myself, watch some YouTube channels, try to find out how to fix myself. Because I said, nobody know my pain. Nobody know what I need,
Yeah.
It's very hard, especially when you go to physiotherapy, because they don't know much about the sport, They don't know what to really need. Yeah, I felt like I always have like kind of bad experience here when I go. I mean, they never reach the real point,
Yeah.
Then I have to fix myself. Then I collect a lot of information, try many different exercises. And now finally I think I know how to do that very well.
Wow.
Like I've been treat myself.
Mm.
Like I'm the example, like it's working because I come back from very long period. I feel great. I start training good. I feel better now than of 10 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's why it was the motivation to start competing again. I said, man, I don't feel that great for many years now. I was like competing in the end of the period 5, 6 years ago. I was like, it was pain everywhere.
Yeah, it didn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right, After every training session was a struggle. I was keep pushing. And now I like finally learn how to train, Like if you wanna do it specific, like for the side certain sport, like jiu-jitsu, it's not enough like just go like a bodybuilder lift. We have to do a lot of elastic training, stability training.
Yeah.
The heavyweight trains like 30 minutes just. We don't have to do too much, Jiu-jitsu already very heavy.
Yeah.
Already take a lot from the body.
That's amazing how after 20 plus years of training and competing, you're still learning about yourself and your body and everything.
Man, if you stop learning, you stay behind, That's the way it is. In these days, especially sports like jiu-jitsu, when new techniques come in, mostly every day, you can have new techniques. If you stop, I watch fights, continue, like every day, I take some time to watch fights. Like, I try to develop ways of training, can see, man, how people train these days, how that's people who really are capable not only look fit, but move their bodies, Because a lot of times people see somebody, he look very strong, but he's capable of moving. That's the most important. I want to be loose, I want to be moving. I think that's very important. I think we should start your day every day. Like I know people struggle with time, but if you have it, you have the possibility to wake up 1 hour early and walk for 20, 30 minutes. You then do like 20 to 30 minutes mobility. Your life gonna change.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think that aspect of jiu-jitsu and all martial arts is discipline. And for the people that do martial arts like jiu-jitsu, I think the discipline is probably the most important part. And, that can translate over into your real life. Like you said, it may only be 10 minutes of stretching every morning, but if you add that up over a month, over a year, it's a lot of time.
Man, as I say, I'm a completely different man that I was 10, even 5 years ago, man. My commitment to keep going, do what I love, change my commitment with my family, with my work, everything around me, Because I come for a certain period, you say, what's gonna be? Or I quit completely because my body doesn't work anymore, or I wanna fix that. And then I really become committed and fix myself, Then that commitment go to another spectrum in life. You learn how to overcome that situations. You say, no, man, I cannot lay down the ground now with baby cry.
Right.
I have 2 kids to take care. I have my academy to take care. And the most important, I have to take care of myself. As I was saying in the plane, when they reach there, if you have some emergency, they always say, put your mask first.
Yeah.
After the kids.
Yeah.
If I cannot
That's
breathe,
a really good analogy.
if I cannot breathe, how
How
I'm
can you-
gonna die? How gonna take care of them?
Yeah.
So I have to be in good health. I have to be good inside my mind for me be able to take off the others. That I think my leadership in the academy have a lot to take care of myself. A lot of it. I see a lot of the trainers start to get fat. You see a lot of that jiu-jitsu. They start big and fat. Say, man, how are you gonna take care of the others if you cannot take care of yourself? It's a long day sometimes. Teach classes. You always have to move. You always have to make force.
Yeah.
Then like if you're not in good shape, how many hours you can work like that a day? 1, 2, collapse. And the kids, how you gonna take care of the kids, family? You're always gonna be tired, you're out of energy.
Yeah.
I make that adaptations on my life. It was life change, Like before I was young, I like a lot to go out. Now almost never go out. Drink like very little.
Yeah.
Sometimes share a bottle of wine for my girlfriend in the weekend. Eat very clean. I do fasting every day, 7 days a week.
Oh wow, yeah.
I think the fasting help a lot because it's very easy overeating, Like you start to get with the fasting help you don't eat too much, of course. After a period you doing fast, your stomach gets smaller. And then anyway you don't eat so much because you cannot eat so much.
I think we've, especially in America, and here as well, but I think people have gotten so used to eating so much. Like 50, 60 years ago, I don't even think they ate 3 meals a day.
It's access to food,
Yeah.
Now you go, you can buy food everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, you can go buy a sandwich for 100 kronas. Everything becomes so easy, You go inside the shop, you have how many different things have inside the shop to buy. Everything easy, In my house, we try it very clean. I do that for my kids.
Did you know a little fun fact? It's not sourced, so I don't know how true it is, but they say Norway has more groceries, like supermarkets, per capita than anywhere else in the world.
I believe so.
There's so many.
So many. So many. It's everywhere.
Yeah. One time I was driving home in Sandnes, and I saw 3 that I can see.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is there 3 grocery stores?
No, it's insane. We have to eat. We have to eat just the necessary to live and have a good life. We should not eat more than that. I've been trying a little bit of everything. I think fasting is the best because you control. I think your body needs some time. To really digest everything, restart.
Yeah.
And I don't like much that carnival, vegetarian. I think all that is man. We have to eat balance. We have to eat carbs, fat, and
I
protein.
agree.
I think especially if you want to keep your body working as an athlete, you need everything. The body needs fat. The body needs carbs. The body needs protein. I like just balance. A good life is about balance. Don't become extremely in everything. I think that's the best. If you find balance in life and take care of yourself, you're gonna be able to keep you move forward. Take care of others.
I think you said some really good, amazing life lessons. They say people who need help can't help. So if you need help yourself, whether it's physically or mentally, you're not able to help anyone, including your kids, your family, your students. So it's so important. I want to back up for a second and talk about your jiu-jitsu background and experience. You are the 2008 Rio International Open champion, IBJJF World Silver Medalist, Munich Open Champ 2015, World Pro Champ Trials UK 2014, 7-time Rio de Janeiro State Champion, World Cup runner-up 2007, Euro No-Gi runner-up 2015, Euro Open third in 2009. And I'm probably missing a bunch, but I mean, you have such an accomplished career in terms of competing. Can you kind of share a little bit about your competing career?
All that achievement was as a professional, black belt adult division. I had a very hard period when I was young. I stopped training jiu-jitsu for 2 years because I was a car crash where I broke my whole body.
Oh wow!
I was in the wheelchair for 6 months.
Oh shit!
And then after that period, I started training again. I was around 18, 19. And then was very hard because I was much weaker of my friends. My friends was ahead of me.
Yeah.
And then that time I just say, you know what, man, I started training a lot. I was being like, if I like something, I'll really do it. Then I started training a lot. I started training, I was like 5 years old. Then I have that break. And then I started training. Then I started to compete. It was a little bit hard period because I was so far behind of the others. And then as a brown belt, I started doing very well. I started like, I took second in world. You win a bunch of tournaments. And then like, I got the black belt. And then I started doing very well too. I took second place in the open class of the World Cup.
Wow.
And then I beat a bunch of world famous athletes. Man, I was being very passionate for competing, And then like I was pushing myself, training harder than anyone. I think I trained really hard when I was younger. Yeah, I say many times when I see some students, he complains, say, man, you don't know how it is for Brazil, man.
Yeah.
You have the life here. I was studying. When I took second place in the FM, in the World Cup, I was studying in the university. I was working and training jiu-jitsu times a day. Like
So the kids nowadays have no complaints.
they don't know what the real life is about. Like it was like, because in that time in Brazil, we didn't think we could live from jiu-jitsu. Everybody studied, everybody have something aside. Like who go to the academy just train jiu-jitsu every day? Like you're crazy. Like or you were like from race family or inside that culture. Everybody have a job. Everybody studied. So like I keep competing in top level. I was doing very well. 2008, I come to Norway the first time for teach a seminar. I stay here for a couple of months. And then I come back to Brazil. I keep competing. I keep doing well. And then in 2009, I moved to Norway.
So just a year after coming here for the first time, you moved.
I moved in there after the summer 2009. And then it was very hard to move here because I have no training partners. And then was a big step back in my career.
Yeah.
Because in that time I was one of the best of the world. I was in the way like to really become the best. And then I have to step back.
They say a big fish in a small pond. You were like a whale in a small pond.
I come here, he was like nobody to train.
Because in 2009, I mean, jiu-jitsu obviously wasn't as popular.
No, I was the first one arriving West Coast. There was nothing here. I brought the gift because people didn't have gift. I have to push the gift. But I was lucky to, like I got some young talents come for training from here, and I met the Chechenians here. And a lot of refugees from the war. The Chechenians, they're amazing wrestlers. Then these guys come to my academy. In the beginning, it was very rough. Then, but like you see, there was like good heart people who've been through something. A lot of times when they come with that heart, it's not for nothing. Like in the beginning, I think it was hard for them because they was not so welcoming from the society. Coming that Russians, like they tough. I welcome that people inside my car. Like see they changed. That was a big job actually. I'm very proud of how I managed to put them inside the society. They become friends with the Norwegians. They become now like is everything was inside them.
Yeah, they're a part of
that part. Is like they was my best friend partner, because they I'm good at wrestling for Chechnya, man. It's super tough. Doesn't matter if you have gear or no gear. These guys, they like luckily I had them. And then I start training for them every day. And then I was managed to keep competing top level even when I was training in Norway. And then, but the focus changed. I was being like very, I think very passionate for teaching, to develop my own crew. I was more time on that in people. It's very, be athlete, you have to be selfish. It's something you have to do for yourself. I never be able to be selfish, I always care a lot about people, Like I always care a lot about the athletes. As I say, I'm still much more happy if my students win than me, For they are my main priority. So right now I come back compete, but I don't let that affect my students. I try to train in the mornings, do most I can in the morning. For my students, they're working, all my athletes working study. They're in the school, they're in the work. When they finish around 3, I have the evenings free to take off the invitation my students. That's a good meet.
When you think back on your professional career and winning, obviously having a very illustrious career and, having world champion titles and stuff like that. How does that compare to like watching your students do well? Because I mean, there's a lot of really good athletes at our gym that are competing at a world level. They're doing very well. Did I guess two-part, did coaching kind of come natural for you after, I guess you were still competing, but like kind of in between? Did coaching become very natural for you? It's like, oh, I really enjoy coaching. And then also, when you see your students doing well, how does that compare to like you doing well?
One stuff I say for my students, they have opportunities I never had in my life. When I was a brown belt, I trained one of the biggest academies in Rio de Janeiro. The head coach, he moved to United States. They say for me, I want to be one of the head coach in the academy. It was a surprise for me because I never expected that. I want to be athlete, I like to train. I've never been like a teacher to be, but it's never been my focus.
Yeah.
But he saw something from me that I didn't saw myself. Then thank you that opportunity he gave to me. I'm like, I managed to start developing that. In that moment, a lot of things changed because I started to take care of a lot of people, as I say for my students here, like for the youngest here, I say, you have opportunities I never had in my life. You have somebody like me to take care of you, to pay attention to jiu-jitsu, to correct you, to support you, to travel the tournaments, to shout for you there. You don't have the whole setup in Oxygym. In Oxygym is the perfect setup because you have the weight room besides the mat. It's up to you to go in the weight room, you do your thing, It's like in Brazil in the old times, you don't have like the coach don't really take off you, They like it was like you have to do yourself part of the job, But here you have like we have very good. I think they have a great opportunity.
The support system is very good for athletes.
The support is very good. You see, like I have 2 world champions in the last year, the year before. Both go to the Vang school. They train in the school 2 hours a day. They already can do the whole physical work in the school. It was like they have all the opportunities. They have better opportunities here than in Brazil right now. If you think about, it's just up today. But they are not. Sometimes I see they down. I try bring them up and say, man, I really wish one day take they to Brazil, let they stay there 1 month, see how the real life is. But don't stay in the nice area. See, now go,
The real Brazil.
go see how the real Brazil is, how they are, because the most of the athletes in Brazil now, they come for the favela, they come for the poor communities, You see how they struggle, see where they live, how they manage to achieve that. And like the guys, they have much more knowledge now here. The best coach they're out of Brazil. A lot of their knowledge come here. You need to use some money to have the channels to watch the jiu-jitsu, like floor grappling. You have to pay like over $100 a month, something like that. Like, no, not a month, a year, $200 a year, something.
Yeah, that's fee,
They don't have money to buy that in Brazil. No. So like all the kids here they have floor grappling. They can watch. They can buy instructions. They can watch fights. So you can learn a lot by yourself these days, if you're interested. And like you just have to see the opportunities, as you say about the weather. Sometimes they just have to realize it. Definitely, they have much better of the 95% of the world. We just have to see that. And sometimes to see that, you have to go a little bit out to see the struggle of the others.
Yeah, I mean, I've done a lot of traveling, and especially like when I went to Rio, I made sure I didn't just stay in Copacabana. I actually went up to, I met a guy, they have in Rio, they have the beach gym. So I was working out, and then I met a guy, and he said, yeah, well, let's, if you want to come party or whatever, I'll take you up to the favela. And everyone said, don't go to the favelas. But I said, fuck, I mean, I'm used to traveling, and I don't want to just come to Brazil and stay in Copacabana and leave. It's not so we went there and had a great time. But like you said, there's something about the environment that you grow up, that makes you hard, that makes that drive like super organic, whereas here, again, I'm not blaming the kids here. I mean, why not? If you have the opportunity, it's not like their choice. But when I went to the favelas and I saw firsthand, like with my own eyes, like how the conditions are and stuff like that, there's only one option. You have to make it.
You have to make it.
There's no option. I mean, your parents aren't going to save you. Your friends aren't going to save you. Your grandparents, nobody.
Yeah, I see many times, like once I start to compete, I want to show for my students, it's not the end of the world if you lose. You're not the best if you win. We have to deal with disappointments, Like, okay, I start to compete again. I've been long time without the game. I lost. It's fine. Yeah. Okay, I don't want to cry because of that. I don't want to kill myself because of that. I don't want to quit because of that. Okay, I'm going to come back. I'm going to train more. And then I'm going to try again. And then if I fail again, I'm going to get up. I'm going to try again. Because I know my potential. I know where I can be. I don't have to make drama every time I can lose. Oh, I'm dying. I'm shit. No, relax. We're gonna work hard. It's life is about to overcome yourself. You know, it's about if you fall 10 times, I'm gonna get up 11. I cannot fall, stay in the ground like it's the end of the world. You have to make up. Because it's gonna come some time in your life you're alone. It's up to you. Nobody gonna pick you from the ground. If you wanna stay in the ground, stay in the ground. But that's what the athlete's life give for us. Especially when we lose it, deal with that disappointment.
Yeah.
Deal with I feel bad. I feel the same thing when you win, man. When you win, and keep it humble. Keep it. You won today, but maybe you're gonna lose tomorrow. And what you want? I'm a world champion Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay. Go to a neighbor and ask him what Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is. Nobody knows. Nobody care. After a couple of days, everything's forgotten. You go into social media, post, past 1 year, you ask for people because, we won't. Nobody know. So like, one stuff, we do that for ourselves, be athletes, that's selfish thing. You have to take care of yourself. You have to think yourself. In the end of your career, when my career is over, I'm not professional anymore. The only good memories, it was the good people I met, the place I've been, the friends that I make. That's my good memories. The fights, I don't even remember the fights. The experience that it brought in my life to be a better person, to deal with stressful situation, because it's a stressful situation step in the match. Like how I handled that stress. That was the biggest achievement of my life. That was the experience that give.
And those are the kind of things that, again, when you win a match, it's fantastic. You feel great. But 10 years down the road, it's like, it doesn't really leave an impact, but the people you meet, the people, that you've experienced struggling. Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I was in the European Cup and now I meet a lot of old friends. It's amazing, create that relationship and have fun.
Yeah.
That's the best. Think a lot about what you create around you, Not if you win, if you lose it, that doesn't matter in the end, Are you gonna forget anyway?
Yeah. Again, I don't mean to just keep saying these quotes, but another quote that kind of relates to what we're talking about here is I heard someone say, a black belt is just a white belt that never quit.
That's it.
And I love that saying because, like you said, there's no life that anyone leads, no matter who you are, where you win every day. You're going to have some wins, you're going to have some losses, but it's the folks that, just like in jiu-jitsu, you may lose a couple rounds, you may win a couple rounds, but just don't quit. I mean, it sounds like stupid to say, right? Just never quit. I mean, it's like the most cliche thing, but
you won't stop to another stuff people say a black belt just cover 2 inches of your hips. Doesn't matter which belt you are. If a black belt, you have to keep him. You have to keep training. You have to keep develop. If not, a white belt gonna beat the black belt because it's a very physical sport. If you're not physical enough, if you don't take care of yourself, I teach jiu-jitsu, not magic. If you're weak, if you don't lift weights, you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna get beat for a lower belt. You're gonna have to suck it up that because it's up to you. It's on you that you're lazy, you don't do the rest. Say, but I don't have time. It's okay, man. Like you have the weight room beside the mat. If you do 15 minutes there after training, how are you gonna help for something? It's better than nothing, no. But yeah, I see now, like for me, I say, man, that's crazy. Some guys in my age, in our age, come for the academy, don't warm up, don't do mobility, don't stretch, go jump straight in the spine. You're gonna feel pain. How long you gonna last with that?
Yeah.
No, I think that's crazy. We have to take care, man. Sometimes I think when come after 40, so many people prioritize so much money, they forgot about take off their own self. I have the times every day I train myself. Some people ask me to private class, and that time I say I don't do. I prefer lose the money. because that money that will not buy my health. That money don't gonna buy I feel the way I feel in the age I am, you know? So like, doesn't matter, you have to learn sometimes to say no for more work, say no for things, so you can have time to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because if you're not healthy, what's gonna be? I see some guys in our age, they look 10, 15 years older than us, sometimes 20.
Yeah.
Another day I was having a guy sit beside me in the academy. He started to talk to him, saying, can you help me fit some weights, physical training? Man, I was talking to him like he was an old guy, you know, no, but people in our age, he said, how old are you? Man, he was 10 years younger than me.
And you thought he was older than you?
I thought he was 10 years older than me. Full up with the white hair, fat, look tight in the face. Fuck, man. It's like you really have to do something in life.
You know, I think, I mean, I've been just like you. I've been weight training since I was 15. I never actually stopped. I'm 40 now. And I read something where the difference, I mean, when you're younger, maybe it doesn't make a difference, but as you get older, the difference weight training makes in your life, not just in terms of like your health, but like how you look and how you feel and everything, I think is really important, because there's a lot of people, unfortunately, if you're listening and you don't train in terms of weight training and stuff like that, I think, my coach and I would both encourage you to go just do something in the weight room, because statistically they study that the people that weight train actually live way longer than people who don't weight train, and so I think, again, jiu-jitsu, what percentage do you think of people who do jiu-jitsu, like at our gym, for example, or in general, actually weight train?
I think in our gym, it's a much higher percent of in another gym, because I speak a lot about that, and you have the advantage to have the weight room right beside the mat.
Yeah.
So it's much easier. Well, a lot of academies I see in the United States, man, it's very expensive for train jiu-jitsu. Harder for the people to pay 2 places to train. Don't have time, they have to drive to the 2 places. And they make it much harder for a lot of people to lift weight. But in our gym, we have the average much higher. But it's great. Crazy don't lift weight. I said, you don't lift weight. What holds our body is muscle. What holds the spine in place, what holds the knees in place,
muscles.
Muscles. If you don't have muscles, you're gonna break.
Yeah.
That's simple like that.
Yeah.
You have to lift weight. You have to time yourself. If not, you're gonna sit playing. Sometimes you're gonna work 12 hours a day, and when you have all that money, you cannot enjoy life. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
And stuff about competition. I'm gonna have a tournament in Oxygym in 15th of March. And you see, I start to talk to people for compete. A lot of people know. I'm afraid. I get nervous.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I was talking to our parents. I said, "No, my kid, he gets very afraid. He's nervous." I said, "But that's gonna help him deal with that." It's like yesterday I competed in a swim tournament. I don't been swimming for many years. I was my kids are part of a swim club. They're gonna have a tournament there. And my kids go fast. No, why not? Like I'm gonna swim with few girls,
Yeah.
Like we're gonna compete there. Like just to show for my kids, like we have enough to be afraid. Like okay, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna lose it. Fine. But I have the courage to jump in the pool. We try, That after was amazing experience. It was super fun. That's wanna teach for people. You don't want gonna die in the tournament. Nobody gonna. That's gonna help you deal with your own insecurity.
Yeah.
You're gonna grow by that. You're gonna grow by deal with that stress. I think compete is a great thing for. I think every human being should compete in something.
Yeah. Not just in terms of like competition, but I mean the growth, because you do most of our growing when you're uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's it. It's super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's not nice. It's like after the first match, it's nice. You feel good. But when you step there, you're nervous, you're stressed. You're like, it's terrible. It's like, but you deal with that, overcome that.
Yeah.
It's great. Because after you feel great, you feel that adrenaline, can nothing give that for you. That's adrenaline, especially in martial arts. You're gonna step in a place, you're gonna look another person in the face, and you're gonna try rip his head apart, and he's gonna try the same.
And same with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's great. It's like it's freedom, though. It's like it's very honest thing.
Yeah.
You shake your hand, that's it. It's like you should experience that, you know.
Yeah.
It's like that I got addiction to that. That's why I compete for so many years. And now when after 3-4 years without competing, I say, man, okay, man, I'm older. Like I cannot train the same I trained before. What's I gonna do in life?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just working and take care of my family. That's gonna be that.
I still remember coming to class one morning and you kind of not lecturing, but you're kind of sharing with the class of why you're competing. Like you're going to Portugal, why you're competing, and it was really motivating because I heard because we're relatively the same age, and at our age, it's easy to just like sit back, and just let basically life happen to you.
Yeah.
But you said no, like I'm 44. I feel great and I want to go compete and I push myself, and the fact that you came back from it, whether you won or lost, I mean, you learned and you had so much fun. I think that's a great life lesson for everything, not just jiu-jitsu, but with everything.
We come after 40 is very normal. The guy said, no, now I'm going to take care of my family.
Yeah.
You're going to work. Okay, but how you going to take care of your family and you're going to do good work if you don't take care of yourself? And like, if you don't challenge yourself, if you just live in the comfort zone, like it's very hard for me to compete. I have a lot of students watching, a lot of expectation because I did so well when I was younger. It's like, okay, man, whatever. I lost this time.
Yeah.
I fought good. I feel good. No excuse. I didn't hurt myself. Was nothing wrong. Okay, my opponent this time was better than me. What's I gonna do? I'm gonna fight in 3 weeks again. It's like, why? Because what I need to come back in the game. I've been a long time without competing. It was like you feel. Like you don't feel losing the tournament. I just have to fight, I just have to keep going. No, step back, it's like, oh no, that's not for me anymore. No, that's how it is. Nobody gonna start competing, especially if you already have a certain belt. At the beginning, you're gonna have to step it up. You gotta have to earn that, Yeah, I think that's a great thing I do for myself and I'll start competing again.
Yeah.
I feel live now. It's very hard to go training hard. For what? I don't have I see this morning now. If it was like a normal day, I was not compete the same year where I was retired without fight. Probably I will not even train this morning because we have a meet. I say, I'm gonna have a meet 11.
But now that you have a competition coming up,
I say, no, I have to train. I have to train. Then I'm gonna train again in the evening.
Yeah.
And then just let's learn. The older we get, we have to learn how to listen to the body.
Yeah, of course.
But don't listen too much.
There's a balance there too.
There's a balance there too. Because of course you get tired when you train. Of course you're gonna have some pain when you train. But you have to train.
Yeah.
If you wanna compete, do well. It's like that's the difference. The ones who train for fun and the ones who wanna compete. I'm tired. Of course you're tired. Why you train every.
There's always that, whether it's jiu-jitsu or work or whatever, there's always that little voice in your head telling you, go sit on the couch.
Go sit in the couch.
Rest.
Rest.
Recover, It recovers, I mean, if you're injured, you need to recover. But if you can still train, you should, because I always think like I used to do bodybuilding and, if I had like an injury, a lot of people say, oh, I can't train today. But I said, you have legs. Did you forget you have legs? So if your shoulder's hurting, do some there's always something you can do,
And when you start doing like I do now, a lot of people it's gonna come with many different opinions. Gonna come a lot of negative opinions too. Why are you doing that? Because they cannot do themselves. They cannot see it. And they're like they don't have the energy, the drive.
Yeah.
They prefer to just now stay in the comfort zone. Then you cannot listen. You have to listen yourself. You have to have strong mind to believe in yourself and follow your thoughts. If you fail, you keep going. I think that's what we have to do. We have to keep going, keep digging, keep challenge ourselves. That's one decision. When I start competing now again, doesn't matter if you're gonna do jiu-jitsu or something else. I'm gonna keep always doing some sport, competing something. I was very good swimmer too. Yesterday I swim very good. I was quite impressed of myself. I still can do that. Like
freestyle swimming.
I was in I sweep crawling. I was being very good on that.
Okay.
And then I compete yesterday on that. It was super fun. I mean, like I was gonna try to have a sport that a competitive sport, you know. Yeah, I think I see people that still compete 70 years old.
Yeah.
You see the people who compete, they in any age, they look great.
Yeah.
They don't only look great in the body, but you clear mind.
Yeah.
I will not do that to myself anymore. The same I did the last 3 years. I don't compete anymore. I was like, I was not trained proper. I was drinking a little bit too much, you know, like a little bit slop with the food. You know, like now straight away.
Yeah.
I start to eat very clean.
Yeah.
I drink very little. Like I don't go out. I just focusing in do. I have to say thank for my girlfriend. She's like she's the best female athlete in jiu-jitsu no ever product. She's a big motivation for me, you know. She always say, "No, let's go. We can do that." She's like she's 3 times European champion in the highest division of the sport, a black belt adult, you know, the profession.
Yeah.
Man, she work full time. She work every day, 6 in the morning.
Sure.
Go to a bank, work it the whole day.
And then train.
She finish work in Stavanger. She walk to the train station, bad weather, rain. Take a train all the way to Sandnes. She trained for 3 hours. She do the whole administration in the academy.
Oh my God.
Então, like, she have 2 jobs.
Yeah, 2 jobs basically.
Work, training in top level and compete in top level and keep doing well. And for her, she's my biggest motivation because you can see she do that.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit back out to do the baby cry. If I live with a woman like that, I cannot like. If she can do it, yes, yeah. Many times I get upset about some athletes. My God, me tired. I say, man, you don't know how much Julia doing.
Yeah.
She have 2 jobs. She work like hell. And plus, I have 2 daughters. No, like she's not the mother, but she helped me too. So she live with 2 kids like 50% of the time.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, of course we can do. But the day I have 24 hours now. But people want to use 5-6 hours a day to sit in the couch. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Me, Julia, we sit in the couch around 9 in the evening. To 11, 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's more than enough.
Yeah.
That's sometimes 9:30 to 11.
Yeah.
11:30.
That's like your time together.
Yeah, a couple hours a day.
Yeah.
We will have that like every night. I don't answer the telephone.
Yeah, that's good.
Doesn't matter who call me.
Yeah, that's great.
Like she don't answer the telephone. We push the telephone away.
Yeah.
We watch a movie together. It's a series.
Yeah.
2 hours a day, I think, is
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy. People's coming home 5 o'clock in the afternoon, sit inside.
For hours and hours.
It's the sleeping time.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's kill you.
Yeah.
That's kill you. That's not healthy. I think we all should challenge ourselves with something. You know,
It's great to see because obviously you're very inspirational to me. You know, seeing you compete now. We're relatively the same age. For you to, you know, just to watch you and kind of like, and also learn about your past career and competing. It's very motivating for me. It's also very interesting to hear that someone who motivates me is also motivated by someone else. You know, like your girlfriend, for example. And I'm sure she's motivated by, you know. So I think it's this perfect kind of circle of life. You know. But I think the thing that if anyone listening is going to get something out of this is that you have to start. You know, I mean, it's easy, you know, to be a critic or point fingers if you're just not doing it, looking in. You know, like when I like am watching sports, and then I have someone in the room saying, "Oh, that guy sucks," I go, "Do you know what he does?" Do you know? I mean, even if he loses, whether it's a boxing match or a football match or jiu-jitsu, I'm like, do you know what it took for him to get there? You know, and you're on your ass over here, you know, spending 6 hours a day watching Netflix and playing video games and whatever. So, yeah, it's interesting to see. And I think the most important thing is, again, perspective, right? Because when you hear something, people always take it at face value and they tend to judge. But if you really take things into perspective and kind of see the whole picture, then it's like, yeah, that guy trained for 6 months to get on the mat. Yeah, he lost, but it took him 6 months, and the amount of growing he did is something that you couldn't replicate.
I fought now. I trained for 2 weeks. Yeah, a lot of people, students, might just talk to them. I say, let's compete. Say, how about you? I have to train. I say, man, compete. You have to compete. You know, of course you have to train, but you have to get there. You have to get the feeling. You have to come back. You have to take one athlete. You pick one, maximum 2 times a year. You know, that's how the way you're gonna pick. You see, like in many sports, how many the athletes compete every football 2 times a week. They're not in the best shape all the time, you know. But you have to put your face there to start to get the feeling. If you're gonna wait to fight, when you're in great shape and you've been training good, you're never gonna fight.
Yeah.
You're never gonna fight if you're gonna wait for that. Because especially for us who have grown up life, always gonna come something the way.
Something.
I'm gonna get sick. The kid's gonna get sick. I have to travel for work, for seminars, for camps and stuff like that. Always gonna have something the way.
Yeah.
Like, my next weekend is the birthday. I have to drink. Okay, go down. Train the day after, sweat out that shit. You stop to give excuses for yourself. You know, you just have to. I was down with my friends now in the car and say, come train in the evening. Let's have some route. Say, no, but my daughter gonna go to some activity. I say, okay, where's her activity? It's here beside here. How long she gonna stay there? 1 hour. What you gonna do in that hour? I don't know.
Come train. Yeah.
Come train.
Yeah.
Like in Oxygym now, we have a lot of kids. I think it's crazy to see the parents there teach what to the kids. Say, man, the kids train much better when you don't want. Okay? Stop to lick your kids there. Let the kids focus in training. You have a training center here. You just pay a membership, you go lift weights. You know, do something for yourself. Go, I don't like lift weights, go walk in the treadmill. Not like, no, but I don't have time, I don't have money to pay the 2 memberships. Go walk in the streets. Go move your body.
There's always something you
Always
can do.
you can do.
There's always something.
You're gonna sit there, watch your kids for 1 hour. Are you crazy? You just destroy for the kid. I never watch my kids when they do jiu-jitsu stuff because I destroy for them. They focus on not in the training, they focus on me. The parents should not sit to watch the kids training. After 1-2 weeks, when the kids are very comfortable there, you have to leave them. You know, you drop, they let the kids create a community, socialize with another kids, you know, play a little bit after the class together.
That's great advice.
You have to step out. That's part of their growth. The awareness is the first step for they stay alone a little bit. You know, then safe environment. There, go away, go do something else. Don't stay there, spying your kids. Go move here. And then you sit there 1 hour inside of a training center. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's completely crazy. Was a period when my daughter was doing hockey. She was small, she do hockey. It's far away from my house, far away from the training, from my academy. I don't have time to come back. Mas saindo to a gym there. I say, you're crazy. You're already old a gym. I say, man, she's going to stay here 1.5 hours. What are you going to do? I go there, lift some weights, something, you know, walk or whatever, stretch. I'm not gonna sit here, watch the telephone for 1 hour. In my kids, I noticed that on my kids, they train much better when I'm not there.
Yeah, because I mean, you think about being that young. I mean, you have your parents watching you. You're trying. It's so much.
It's so much.
Just leave them alone and let them.
Leave them alone. Let it just explore another, make friends. Because in the break time they run for the mother. I teach kids. I see holidays. They run break time. They run for the father. Give the water. Man, this kid's like 9, 10 years old. He go pick up his own water. Like, come on. In the break time, he go play with another kids. He don't gonna run since the lap of the father.
I think parents think they're doing something good for the kid. You know, and I think, you know, of course you have to be for them and support them, but you have to draw the line somewhere. And like, because when they're especially that young, like from 3 to teenage years, they do most of the learning on their own. They have to do that.
They have to do that. They will have to trust in the place to take our kids to training. He lets the coach do their jobs. You know, he try to interfere as minimal as possible. He stay away, let the coach work. He go do something for yourself. You complain, you don't have time for yourself. If you see, you have a lot of time for yourself.
You don't.
You have a lot of time for yourself. I think that's it. But you use that time wrong.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Coach, I really appreciate you being here. If someone's listening right now and they've listened to this podcast, or maybe they've been thinking about doing jiu-jitsu, do you have any words for them?
And first step, you have to find a good place gonna make you comfortable and feel safe. You know, you go there, you feel safe, and you're gonna have fun. That's the main stuff. Any sport I do because I have fun. You know, and if you don't find that place, try another place. You know, like Don't stay stuck in that. I don't have to. No, go find another place. Search for the background of the coach. Search for the environment. Go there, have a try week. No, like not. I don't advise to have a try day because maybe you have different coaches there. You got a coach who doesn't fit with you, but tomorrow's another coach, and you're gonna feel better with him. You know, like see academy who have a big schedule because then you don't miss much trends. Because like what I try doing Oxy, we have class in the morning, afternoon. I try to have a big schedule. Saturdays, Sundays, in the weekends. Then like, okay, sometimes the weekdays you cannot train, but okay, you can train Saturday, you can train Sunday. Yeah, like try to find real professionals who have a history in the sport, you know. They I think that's you're gonna be safe in a place like that.
Yeah.
Come out of a culture, man.
Yeah.
That's it. In the sport these days you do, as we already talked about today, you have to live to it.
Yeah.
If you're not, you don't gonna feel the development in the same way. It's like special jiu-jitsu, physical contact.
Yeah.
The strength matter a lot.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you being here. I learned so much just within the last hour or so of talking to you. And like I said, I'm so grateful from the bottom of my heart that you're my trainer. And if you guys are listening and have thought about jiu-jitsu or wanting to challenge yourself in a new way, we train at Oxygym. It's in Sandnes, Centrum. Yep. So in Langata. And just again, I'm a little bit biased because I train there and I love it there. But before I made the decision to sign up and to train there, I did check out the other gyms around the area. Again, nothing against the other gyms in town, but I definitely felt much at home at Oxygym and training with you and the fighters and the practitioners there. So yeah, give us a try. Go to the website. Is it oxygym.no?
Oxygym.
Yep,
Oxygym Norway.
oxygennorway.no, and then also on Instagram. And if you have any questions, obviously reach out to the gym, talk to Felipe, and he'll answer any questions you may have. But again, thank you so much for being here, and obrigado.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, awesome.
It's great to have you in Oxa.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, guys, aloha.